I shouldn't really have to explain what Call of Duty is. Everybody knows what Call of Duty is. Everyone knows it for either one thing or the other, or either if it's for its really toxic fan base, the fact that it comes out every single year, or just straight up because of the fact that it doesn't innovate in any other way, and the dev teams are really bad at their job. So there was a topic that I wanted to make a video about for a while, and I wasn't sure when I wanted to do it or what I wanted to say in the video, but I'm just gonna do this like spur of the moment. I'm not gonna really have like a script at all. I'm just gonna speak off the mind and stuff like that. And I just want to explain in this video today, or whenever you see it, why I now refuse to buy both Call of Duty Black Ops 4 and any future Call of Duty title. So Call of Duty World War II was really the breaking point for me of the series because I remember last year in 2017, Call of Duty World War II had first came out. I remember in 2017, Call of Duty World War II came out. Everyone was praising it, everyone was hyping it up. And admittedly, the hype was getting to me. The hype was getting to me, and I was getting really excited to play the game. And then I got the game, I played it for a little bit, and then I dropped it, and I never played it again. And the same thing happened to me as it does every single year. I play the game, I enjoy the game for a little bit, for like a couple months, and then I realize that the game is complete garbage and I don't play it for the rest of the year. And I knew that that was going to happen this year with Call of Duty Black Ops 4. I have said it multiple times, you can ask my friends, that Call of Duty Black Ops 4 is not a good title. And Call of Duty Black Ops 4 is a game that I refuse to buy no matter what. I don't care if they implement a gun back from a previous Call of Duty, a map from a previous Call of Duty. I don't care if they've revamped the whole multiplayer and how it actually works. I don't care. I'm not gonna buy the fucking game. I'm not gonna buy the game. The game and the dev team and most specifically Activision have just they've ruined their reputation. They have destroyed the trust that I had given them, and I refuse to buy the game. I refuse to buy any future game of the series because multiple times has either Treyarch, Infinity Ward, or Sledgehammer just not delivered on whatever they promised they would give us. They don't listen to the community and they don't fix the problems that are very blatant inside of the game's, mechanics and etc. And then there's the whole, microtransaction stuff that they continuously keep trying to make it worse and worse every single year. Infinite Warfare and Modern Warfare Remastered, people said that that was the best, but with Infinite Warfare, they went back to what they were doing previously before in other Call of Duties like Black Ops 3 and Advanced Warfare, where guns started becoming way overpowered, and the only way that you were able to get them was either through supply drops or in IW and Modern Warfare Remastered's case, you get salvage. If you get enough salvage, you can potentially buy them, and if you don't get it from a supply drop, and it just got to a point where I was fed up with it. I didn't want to do this anymore. I don't want to spend money in a virtual game that Activision so very clearly wants me to do. And the microtransactions have gotten very monotonous, very just dumb. Like in the word, I can't even think of a word to describe it. It's just dumb. Like they want you to pay like $1 or something, which is like 100 COD points, $1 for a dot on your screen when you aim down sights. They want you to pay a freaking dollar for a dot that you're gonna see when you're playing in game. And that's just really stupid. That's really dumb. The fact that they're nickel and diming us for every single piece of content that they release for this game is absolutely ridiculous. And I don't want it. I don't want to support that anymore. I don't want to support Activision's really scumbag business tactics. I don't want to support a developer who doesn't even play their game because apparently, I've found this out like a couple days ago. David Vonderhaar, the creative director over at Treyarch. I used to think Treyarch was amazing. I used to think Treyarch was the best Call of Duty team, out of all three of the development teams. And David Vonderhaar doesn't even play his goddamn game. And maybe that's due to the fact that Blackout is a thing and he plays Blackout a lot. But if you look at his stats, which certain YouTubers have done before in other videos on the site, they have looked at his stats for Blackout, and he hardly plays like anything about Blackout. And maybe he's just busy. You can make the argument that he's just really busy. But for someone who talks about Blackout all the time on Twitter, you think he'd be playing Blackout all the time, in his spare time, regardless, or whenever he gets the chance to, or just and he it's just, I don't know. I feel like for a guy who talks a whole lot about Blackout and how much he loves Blackout, you'd think he'd play more, but he doesn't play more, and he hasn't even touched the multiplayer. And that's the reason why the multiplayer is so trash in Black Ops 4. Specialists are overpowered. You can get the specialist without even, earning it in whatsoever, in any sort of fashion whatsoever. The score streaks all suck. Enemies take too much fucking damage. You have too much health. The whole like self heal thing I thought was fine at first, but really, it's just like why? Like I still kind of see it as a feature of like why is it there? And then I thought about it, and I was like, oh, I know why it's there. It's because Blackout's a thing, right? And because Blackout's a thing, they had to implement it into multiplayer. That's the only reason why it exists. They had to make a system, make mechanics within multiplayer first, and they did that, and then they put it into Blackout, or they did it vice versa. They made Blackout first because it was like the biggest project of the game, and then they did multiplayer, and they basically just took a lot of implications from Blackout and they put it into multiplayer. But in multiplayer, it's significantly worse and it doesn't make any goddamn sense. Like the whole self-heal thing makes sense with Blackout, doesn't make sense in multiplayer. And then the fan base just doesn't seem to ever really agree, right? Because I remember when the game was first getting, hyped up back in October last year in 2018, people were saying like, "Oh, this is a revitalization of the Call of Duty community." But then I was like, "Oh yeah, no, that's what you said the year before, and the year before that, and even the year before that." So make up your goddamn mind. The Call of Duty community fan base is the Call of Duty community. Its fan base. It's really, they don't know what they want. They say they want innovation, but then the development team gives them the innovation, but yet they don't want it. They say the innovation is bad, and whatever, and then they're like, I want more innovation. They give us more innovation, and it's not exactly what we wanted. So I don't understand what they want. But overall, just the thing that really destroyed the game and the franchise for me was the fact that they give us less content. They give us content that nobody asks for. They follow along trends like Battle Royale with Blackout, which no one asked for, nor that they probably even want, because really Blackout is just a poor man's, or rather, not even a poor man's PUBG. Blackout is god tier compared to PUBG, but that's not the point I'm trying to make. The point is that no one asked for Blackout. No one asked for a Battle Royale game mode for your Call of Duty game. Some people like it, some people don't like it, and I'm on the boat of I think it's okay. I think it's better than PUBG, but I don't think it's absolutely amazing like some people tend to really think. Cough, cough, David Vonderhaar. The multiplayer needs a ton of work. It needs a ton of work. I feel like if they had just decided to maybe give it a whole another year, maybe they could have changed the whole way like the multiplayer works, made it better to where you don't need self-heal in multiplayer. Time to kill isn't nearly as long. Where the game doesn't look like crap, because the game looks like crap, especially at launch. It was terrible. The game crashes for sometimes no reason. They've since fixed that mostly, but I would imagine it still crashes for no reason whatsoever, because that's just what happens. And then for fuck's sake, give us single player. I'm on the side of the defense for single player. A campaign, because I remember when they announced that there wasn't going to be a campaign for Black Ops 4. And I was just like, why is it called Call of Duty Black Ops 4 then? Why is it called Black Ops 4? It was like the same thing that came to mind when I was like, why is Call of Duty Black Ops 3 called Black Ops 3? It doesn't follow along really anything with the Black Ops franchise with Black Ops 1 and 2. At least not on surface value, but the game doesn't seem to ever really want to explain that from what I've seen. And it's just really bad. It's not written well. It doesn't feel important, but yet Black Ops 1 and 2, their campaigns were amazing. And I would have been excited to see what more we could have gotten with the campaign for the Black Ops series. But Black Ops 3 decides to do something entirely different to where it doesn't even feel like it's a Black Ops campaign anymore. And then Black Ops 4 just decides to completely scrap the whole campaign in favor of a Blackout mode, because they also want to milk off the name for Black Ops. Black Ops makes a lot of money, and that's why they called this game Black Ops 4. This isn't a Black Ops game. It's a Call of Duty game, surely, but it's not a Black Ops game. It doesn't even belong in that series of games. It really doesn't. And I'm really disappointed that Treyarch is just listening to this company of Activision. Recently, Bungie has been released from, not released, but they quit, their partnership with Activision. And I feel like that's going to be a huge step forward for that team over at Bungie, because now they're not going to be held back by the restrictions of what Activision wants. Because really, Activision is the one telling the guys over the development team, like, oh yeah, you see how this game was really popular? Fortnite and how it's Battle Royale. Okay, now you need to make a Battle Royale. And we're going to do that year after year because that's going to make the big bucks. Because even to this day, Fortnite is still the most popular game at the moment. And I don't understand why, but that's not the point of the video. I just wish that Call of Duty would go back to what it was, right? Because Black Ops 2, in my opinion, is still the last great Call of Duty. I loved Black Ops 1. I loved Black Ops 2. I loved Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3 even. I loved, all these games, COD 4, the Black Ops 2. Even the previous Call of Duties before COD 4. I played every single Call of Duty game. I've been playing Call of Duty since I was a little kid, before I was even playing the multiplayer most of the time. And before the camp, I was playing the campaign all the time. I was playing the campaign all the time. And it just went to complete crap. And I don't understand why Activision seems to want to ruin the franchise, because they're dividing the fan base from what we truly want. We truly want a good Call of Duty game again, but they're not giving us that. Instead, they're giving us a filthy cash grab that's so obviously a filthy cash grab, and they're just scrambling any resources that they can, even like slight minor resources, new resources rather, that innovate the game slightly, but not in a good way. And I'm just severely disappointed with what Treyarch has done, what Activision has done, and what all the development teams have done. I will say, though, because I feel like someone's going to say it in the comments, I will say that World War II did get better by the end of the year for 2017, or 2018, actually. After the first 6 months, the game actually did get better, because Michael Condrey, finally left the team, and some other guy, and they finally left the team, and the game got better because of that. But it still was under the restrictions of what Activision wanted, so it wasn't entirely, the best game ever. It wasn't the best boots on the ground game ever, but I don't know. This is just a video topic that I wanted to make for some reason. It was something I wanted to talk about. I had it in my head for a while, and I felt like it just express my opinions about it and just say what I wanted to say. Maybe I won't have to talk about this anymore with my friends, because I imagine they're kind of annoyed by it. But in short, I refuse to buy any future Call of Duty game. I refuse to buy Call of Duty Black Ops 4, and I hope that Activision can change in some capacity, but knowing them, they're probably never gonna do it. Probably never gonna do it. I'm gonna be really disappointed, and yeah, Call of Duty will never be great again. And part of me is a little bit sad about that, because some of my greatest memories were because I was playing Call of Duty with some of my best friends, and now it's just a franchise that has been dying since Black Ops 2, since 2012, and that's really fucking sad. So anyways, if you did enjoy the video for whatever reason, be sure to leave a like, and if you are new to the channel, consider hitting the subscribe button for more videos just like this. This is a different kind of style of video than I'm doing. I'm not speaking nearly as quickly, because I've noticed that I actually speak very quickly in my videos, and I'm speaking a little bit more quietly, so I hope it's not too quiet to where I need to, up the audio a little bit at certain points of the video. But I just wanted to, have a chill time, talk in a really chill manner, and I give out my opinions and just etc. It's whatever. So if you want to see more videos like this, of course, let me know. Anyways, leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I'll see you guys in the next video. In the meantime, I'm going to wait until it's Tuesday so I can play Kingdom Hearts 3. Have a wonderful day, guys. Peace.